Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be showing you my update for my Pan Those Eyeshadows Project Pan. This is a project that is near and dear to my heart and has been for the past few years. It was created by Alexy. However, I discovered both Alexy and this project through Rebecca Morgan. So as always, they will both be linked in the description box below so that you can check them out and show them some love. Disclaimer alert! This is not going to be the most exciting update. I have gotten in so many new eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadow singles that all of my projects have suffered to some degree for it because I've just been having so much fun playing with these new eyeshadows, and part of me is really sad in a way because I don't like not having progress in my projects. But at the same time, I'm kind of not sorry either because I have just been loving so many of the new things that I've purchased. In fact, I'm not even wearing any of these today, which I always try to do. I am copying a look that I saw Angela Bright create, so I'll have that linked in the description box below so that you can check her out also. But just wanted to throw that out there. So without any more rambling, let's talk about the eyeshadows that I'm currently working on. The eyeshadow that has been in this project the longest is from this little trio right here from Naked Cosmetics. I am working on the green shade right in here. It is, you can kind of see the dip when the light hits it properly. But as you can see, we clearly have no pan in there. I have used it 5 times since our last update, bringing me to a total of 21 uses in the course of this project. And I really love this shadow, I really do, but it just has not gotten nearly the love and attention it deserves. The shadow that has been in the second longest, we're just gonna go in order of oldest to newest, comes from this palette right here. This is from Tarte. This is their Tarteist Pro Remix palette. And the shade that I am working on is this shade right here called Flow. And this one too has a nice dip going on in it. I'm really happy with that dip. However, there is no pan obviously going on here, and I've only used it 2 times since our last update. I've already explained myself, I won't do it again. But yes, beautiful eyeshadow. Just haven't really gotten a ton of use out of it. In fact, it's only gotten 14 uses in the course of this project. So it is what it is. All right, the next shade that I drew comes from this palette right here. This is from Too Faced. This is the I Want Candy palette from their collab with Kandee Johnson. And the shade that I drew is Frosted Pink, which is this shade right here. You can see it too has a bit of a dip going on in it. I've used it 12 times since our last update for a total of 17 uses. And I foresee myself hitting the 30 uses mark long before I hit pan. More often than not, I use this as an inner corner highlight, but honestly, that's all. I've tried putting it underneath my brow, but it's just too much for my brow bone, at least in my own personal tastes. Is very reflective, and that's not the life I'm living these days. So I really just use it as an inner corner highlight. I have tapped it all over my lid once or twice, but it just doesn't get a ton of use. However, what has gotten a ton of use is this right here. This is just a lid setting shade. This one is called Ice Cream. So I bonus pan. I know that doesn't count towards the project, but it's still exciting. So I'm actually now focusing on Banana Cream, which is over here. And I would love if I could hit pan on that one too, just so that I have more pans overall. But again, I know it doesn't count for anything in this project. The next shade that I've been working on is this right here. This is my BH Cosmetics Do Not Disturb palette, and the shade that I am working on is called Peace Out. It is this matte purple right here. I don't know if you can tell, there is a bit of a dip going on in here. I'm actually pretty surprised. I have hit pan on BH Cosmetics shadows in the past, and I feel like there are two very different formulas when it comes to mattes. There are the ones that are in the travel series, which I can usually hit pan on relatively easily. And then there are the ones that you have in palettes like these. This is the original It's My RaeRae palette, which we'll be talking about in a minute. The Do Not Disturb collection. These seem to be pressed much more firmly. So with Peace Out, I've used it 6 times since our last update for a total of 15. And I had no expectation that I would hit pan in 15 uses for sure. But the dip that's in here is much more shallow than I have experienced in other palettes, which is where I was going with that. So I do enjoy using this, to be honest. The purple kind of threw me a little bit in the beginning, but honestly, I can blend it out really, really nicely and use it as a building block for a lot of the looks that I've put together. And I've really been enjoying using it, but pan is still a good ways off. The next shade that we'll talk about is from my original It's My RaeRae palette. This palette has been in this project a few times at this point now. And the shade that I am working on is this berry shade right here called Friday. And as you can see, it barely, like you can see a bit of disturbance in it, but not anything impressive. I have used that also 6 times since bringing it into this project. But I can tell you, I've had, let's see, this shadow right here, I think it's called Spice. I don't remember exactly, but this was in, I think, the first Pan Those Eyeshadows project that I did, and it took me half the year to get that itty bitty speck of pan. This shade right here called Sunset was also in a previous round of this project. I never hit pan on it. Fairytale took me forever. Like, look at that crater of a dip before I finally hit pan. So this is going to be hanging out with us for the rest of the year, I'm sure. In fact, it was this palette, this is the palette that inspired my 30 uses optional rollout, because I had this for so long with just the same shade. So beautiful palette, absolutely love it, but very, very firmly pressed. And then finally, we have my Lorac Mega Pro 4 in this project, and the shade that I am working on is this shade down here called Fairytale. Beautiful. It's kind of a cross between like a lilac and a gunmetal. It's really interesting and really pretty. And I have used that 4 times since bringing it into this project. So clearly there is no pan there, but it has been one that I've enjoyed playing around with and combining it with some other things to make some fun looks. And yeah, like I said, not the most interesting of updates since nothing is going to be rolling out at this point in time, but this has just been a really fun part of the year for new releases, especially with the fall themed releases, and there are definitely some more palettes that I want, especially when the Sephora sale comes around here in a couple of weeks. So it is what it is. I'm gonna enjoy my life and play with the eyeshadows as they come in. So there we have it. This is everything that I am working on in this project. As always, everything that I am panning as well as everything that I am wearing is going to be linked in the description box below. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.